Getting started with HTML5 charts in Jasper Reports and Jaspersoft Studio. This is part 5, and today we'll talk about hyperlinks and bucket properties. In the previous video, we've discussed how to create hyperlinks in the chart. In this video, we'll expand a little further on this and learn how the hyperlinks work on the background and take a look at the advanced properties behind them. So we'll start off by looking at this chart that I've previously created. This is a simple column chart, and it has just one category of ship country, and it has just one series of counts of order ID. It has also a hyperlink defined that is of target top, type reference, and the expression is to do a Google search on the ship country value. Here's how it looks like in the preview. As you can see, it's a very simple chart, and by clicking on one of these countries, we should get a Google search about that. So let's check out Austria. As we can see, we do a Google search for Austria. So let's figure out how this actually works on the background. And to do that, we'll have to switch to advanced configuration and take a look at these categories and measures that we have defined. First of all, let's take a look at the measure. We will immediately switch to advanced properties tab and take a look at here. So here we can see there is already 3 advanced properties defined, and they're defined because we've created a hyperlink in the simple editing mode. The hyperlink target, hyperlink type, and hyperlink reference all contain the property values that we've defined. So this one will be hyperlink target top, hyperlink type reference, and hyperlink reference will be the actual reference expression. Let's take a closer look at what is an advanced property. The advanced property can contribute its value to one of 3 contributors. It can contribute its value to a hyperlink, it can contribute its value to a series item property, or it can contribute its value to the series as a whole. The series item hyperlinks are what makes the hyperlink. So here you can see the contributor to series item hyperlink, and we're contributing to the property name hyperlink target. If we would want to contribute to a different property, for example, type of the measure or color of the measure, we would choose a different contributor and change the property name. And you can contribute the values in 4 modes. You can either contribute a constant value. In this case, we have defined a constant value of top. You can use a bucket value, which will come from either category or series level. You can use the measure value and contribute the value from the measure itself, from this measure or from another, or you can use some Jasper Reports expression here and contribute through that. As you can see, the hyperlink target is contributing the value top to the hyperlink target property of the chart. Then there is a value reference that is contributed in the hyperlink type. And then there is a hyperlink reference, and here you can see that we are contributing a bucket value. And here we have this long reference. So where does this come from? Let's close this and go to the category levels. Let's take a look at the country category that we have defined here. And here let's switch to the bucket properties, and here it is. The Jaspersoft Studio automatically created this when we made the hyperlink in the simple mode. You can define any custom property on the categories or series level and give it an expression. And then you can use this value, the expression value, and pass it into your measure. So here we have defined a property on the country level that will evaluate this expression, form this expression, and then contribute it into the hyperlink reference bucket value to form a hyperlink. So how does the bucket value get passed into this hyperlink reference property name through the series item hyperlink contributor. Let's take a look at the categories level again, and let's take a look at the country. Here in the bucket properties, we have defined this property. Well, not we, the Jaspersoft Studio has defined this property when we created the hyperlink through the basic mode, similar to how we did it in the previous video. And it's using this expression. So essentially what we are doing through this country category is we group our data on this expression, which is the country. Every time the group changes, so every time the country changes from Austria to Belgium to Germany, every time this expression gets re-evaluated, and that means that the correct country value is being passed into this expression, and then the expression value is being passed into the hyperlink reference. Because for each time that the group changes, a new bar, a new column will be created. And the column is represented by this measure. And this is how the Jasper reports passes the value and makes it possible for you to create a different URL for different bar. When you do the preview, here you see that the Austria, and then if you click here, you will get Belgium. And this is because the group changed and the new value was passed. We can also do other tricks through this. Let's say we would want to, in our chart, we would want to make the USA column to be red and all our other columns to be blue. So how would we do that? Let's use the bucket properties again and define a new property. Let's call it bar color. And here we will have an expression. If the ship country equals USA, then the value will be red. Otherwise, the value will be blue. So now let's define a new advanced property here. We will use the series item property contributor because we want to change individual bars, and this is a series item. What we want to change for the individual bars is their color property. You can get the property names from the Highcharts API or from the advanced formatting directories with all the properties. It affects all these properties through this series item contributor. And then we can use the bucket value. Now you see that we have country bar color property here, which we defined previously, and this is what we will be using. Let's press OK, and refresh this preview. As you can see, the chart has changed, and now USA is red and all others are blue. So the way it worked is that every time the ship country changed, it evaluated whether it's USA, and when it encountered USA, it passed the value red. When it was encountering all other countries, it was passing the value blue. So this is essentially how the hyperlinks work on the background, and this is how the bucket properties also work. And you can use this neat trick with bucket properties to pass the values from the category or the series into the measure, and use that to format your chart or build more advanced charts. Thanks for watching. In this episode, we have learned about advanced properties for measures and categories. We've learned how to use bucket properties and pass their values to the chart. We've also learned about different types of property value contributors. In our next video, we will learn about hidden measures and how to use them to enhance your chart experience.